Okay, team. 3, 1, 2. All right, team. So you need to know how to do something in CS2N in a virtual format. So we're going to head over here to CS2N to the site. Once we click on here, it's going to launch us into CS2N, right? Make sure you're under your group. And we're working through all of these assignments here, right? So we want to know how to do all these assignments. So let's look at like the 50 centimeter challenge for say. So we can see anyone that has this little computer here has a virtual challenge assigned to it. So when we head into here, we can go down to launch our activity and it's going to launch our program. Okay, so we can run our virtual bot. We see here we're trying to get it to go 50. 2 rotations is not going to be enough. Okay, so we're going to have to move that up, let's say to 7 rotations. So now we can reset everything. We're hitting start. We're going to 7 rotations. Oh no, we've gone too far. So we know it's between 7 and 2. Let's say we drop it down to 5, restart. Oh no, we went past our 50 again, right? So we're going to have to figure out what this variable here is going to be. Now, we really should have an end program. However, it's not an option in the virtual. So once we figure out what we're doing here, right, we need to come over to our program, right? And let's say we're in here and we have a new project, okay? We're going to need to have that project uh, be the same as what we just figured out for our code over here. So I want to have these match each other, right? So I can then come in here. Now I know 5 rotations is too much. I know it's not 4 rotations. You're going to have to figure out how to get that, right? And then we are always going to want to control at the end to stop and exit the program. So once we have this done, that's wonderful. We want to save our project, save it as Simon 50 centimeter, right? So whatever you save it as, note what folder it's going into. So it's going to my documents Lego EV3 folder. I want to save that. Sure, I can replace that. So now it's saved onto my computer. So now that I've figured out how to do this in the right code, I can head over to robotics. I can click on my 50 centimeter challenge, and you guys are going to see a spot where you can turn that in, and then you're going to see a spot for the file where I can then go and I can upload that folder. Now, I want you to be aware that this robot here, this virtual robot, it doesn't have very many issues. Its battery doesn't run low. All its wiring is correct. Everything's working. So when I do something virtually, right, it tends to work better. When I run this program on my actual physical robot, it might not work, right? It might not get me to that 50. I might have a hardware issue. My battery could be low. Something could be miswired. So I want you to understand that there's a difference between these two. This will get you to the right idea, okay? But we might have to work through some hardware issues. But if you need the extra support, this is a great way to start to understand the programming side of your robot and not fall behind in that sense, so that you can get caught up in the hardware side and you can have some of that stuff ready to go when we work out all the issues with the hardware of your robot. All right. So again, you can do that in CS2N, any of them that have this like cargo retrieval. You'll see it has that computer there. Okay, that's another one we need to do. Again, if we launch this activity, here it is. We're ready to go, and we're able to start programming, then save it in the program, and you can submit that. All right, good luck.